Each and every development of the coronavirus epidemic since day one, and to get a sense of the ground, we have collaborated with China's CGTN, and CGTN's Yunfei Zhao now joins us. Yunfei Zhao now joins us for the latest on this. And thanks very much for talking to us. What's the latest, on the ground? Over 1,000 people have died, and the prices of essential commodities are rising, we believe. Describe the situation in Wuhan. How is the administration managing with limited resources?
Well, the death toll seems to be scary, but you also mentioned about SARS. If you compare this with SARS, it definitely have a higher infection rate but lower death rate. So given the larger pool of people getting infected, definitely, even though you see a higher number of death toll, but the rate is still low. Even at the epicenter, it's 3%. Now, the Chinese government has making specific measurements to contain the spreading of the virus. So far, the mass transportation is still suspended here at the epicenter. All the outbound lanes going outside of Wuhan is all being shut down. And actually, you have already seen the effectiveness, because other parts of China, other parts of Hubei province, we see there's 6 consecutive days of lower infection rate. But within the epicenter, situation is still severe. So the government is trying to further tighten its measurement to further quarantine people for both the diagnosed cases and suspected cases.
Right. And also, of course, the highest number of deaths and cases were recorded from China in the last 24 hours. But so does that really mean that the situation is far from under control as of now, as of today?
Well, because this is the third day they're doing the door-to-door screening, so hopefully in the next couple of days we will see an effective outcome coming out, because what they did in the past 3 days is basically check the healthy condition of every single citizen in this country. We're talking about a city with 11 million people and more than 3,000 communities, so it's a very tough job, because each community only has less than 20 community workers. So what they did was to make sure they got a chance to know every single person's temperature. If they discover anything abnormal, they'll knock on the door and advise the people to go see a doctor. At the same time, that means that they have to boost the capacity of beds as well. So the government is renovating exhibition centers, as gyms, as well as hotels, to make sure there's enough space for those people who got quarantined.
Right. So, of course, increasing the space there for the medical staff there to operate, and increasing, the beds as well. But medical staff has been coping with this for weeks. How are they doing, as well as are there more people coming in from other parts of the country?
Well, there's more people coming in, definitely, due to the end of the Spring Festival Lunar New Year holiday. We're talking about 18,000 medical workers have already come from all other parts of China and arrived in Wuhan and support. They're basically conducting a province aid city mechanism. That being said, each province or municipality or autonomous region, they will support one city. So by doing that, they're trying to make sure the sources are evenly distributed and they don't miss out each corner of the Hubei province.
Right. And very briefly then also, Yunfei, any breakthrough then in the development of a drug or vaccine to fight coronavirus?
Well, definitely the government is very cautious in terms of drug and vaccine, because every time when there is a new kind of drug, speaking of, definitely the market it's rushed towards that, and then it can bring a huge turbulence to the market. So the government is very cautious about announcing the development of drugs, but certainly given the medical resources as well as technological improvement, they are working on it.
Right, absolutely. Yunfei Zhao from CGTN there, giving us all the latest updates from Wuhan. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.